You do get drilled rotors over here, which is really nice. And that you can flip the orientation from vertical to horizontal. This will properly pull you back into the seat. This part over here is Alcantara and this part over here is leather. You do get double stitching with the top stitching being blue. A very aggressive diffuser, like this is like sports car territory aggressive here. And there is 50 more liters of additional cargo space.
A huge thank you and shout out to BYD EVM South Coast for providing me this vehicle for today's video. I have linked their contact information below. If you are in the hunt for a new Sealion 7 or any BYD vehicle for that matter, do give these guys a call. They're one of the best dealerships in the country.
Welcome back, boys and girls, to another video. My name is Siddharth Desai and you're watching That Car Guy. I'm out here today in this horrible weather. It's literally raining cats and dogs. We are out here today to introduce you to a very, very special vehicle. We have with us the all-new BYD Seal. And now coming to the Seal, what is it? This is a 4-door coupe, a very strikingly good looking car, and it is offered in 3 variants. The base model being the Dynamic, then you get this which is the Premium, and this one has the long range extension. There's around 650 kilometers of range, and one above this is the Performance, which is blisteringly fast at around 530 bhp. Yes, this car, the Premium long range, it makes around 308 bhp, which is generous, and basically the looks are the same. Not much is different from this and the Performance. And the car which we have here today is finished beautifully in this Arctic blue metallic color. Really looks good, but in my opinion, the color to get is black because this car looks so good in black. And let's talk about the features. What you get in the front are these dual LED projector headlights which have a C shape to them, kind of like the ones you find in the Sealion 7. You do get styling bits over here which illuminate up at night. A very aggressive diffuser on the bottom. Coming to the sides, you get 235/45 R 19-inch wheels on this, the Premium. And on the base variant Dynamic, you do get 18-inch alloy wheels. You do get drilled rotors over here, which is really nice. And overall, this alloy wheel design is very futuristic. It has that aero disc kind of a feel. You do get the BYD logo over here in this shield kind of a design. Beautifully sculpted side view mirrors with cameras in them for the 360-degree camera. And coming to the back, you do see that coupe silhouette. Looks really, really lovely, really elegant. And you get a fake air duct over here with a very aggressive diffuser. Like this is like sports car territory aggressive. And talking about the boot, there is a button over here which you press to release the electronic tailgate, and you're greeted to 400 liters of boot space. It is a very deep cavernous boot. You do get a flap over here, and there is extra bit of storage. No spare wheel on offer. You also get buttons over here to close the tailgate. And that's not it. You also get an additional 50 liters of boot space in the front. Yep. Once you open it up, there is this flap over here. And there is 50 more liters of additional cargo space, which is really handy. Now driving the Seal, it is a very lovely car to drive. The way it handles is just unbeatable. You can feel all of the weight down below you, especially because the battery is placed underneath the floorboard. So you do feel all of that weight below you, and that gives this car a very planted feel. And the one which we are driving here today is the Premium long range version, which will do 650 kilometers of claimed range, and this car has 308 bhp. So it is no slouch. We are in sport mode. Even the slightest dab of the throttle will accelerate this car forward violently. And if you want more violence, there is the Performance on offer, which has 530 bhp. So yeah, that is supercar levels of performance. So this is the happy medium. You do get 308 bhp with a long range motor, and this and the Performance comes with the same battery pack, 82.5 kilowatts. And on the lower end, the Dynamic, the base variant, you do get a slightly lesser battery. I believe it is around 62 kilowatt hours, not sure, but That is what you are going to get. But this one is the one to get, the premium, because it is around 47, 46 lakhs ex showroom. The base model is 41 lakhs and the performance is around 51 lakhs. And just to show you, this will properly pull you back into the seat. That is the level of performance on offer. And the ride, the suspension setup is very damp. It feels so European in the way it goes. The suspension tuning and the ride overall is just brilliant. And on the performance, you do get adaptive dampers which will adapt to the way you drive. So the harder you push it, the faster you go, it will stiffen up. This car sadly does not have that, but it does not leave me wanting for more. The suspension is tuned very nicely in this car. It feels good, it feels comfortable, it does not throw you around whatsoever. So you could mile munch on this car. You could do 100, 200, 300 kilometers in this car without even, breaking a sweat. You won't feel tired at the end of the day. And overall, this is my favorite kind of a car. Like a coupe, four-door coupe is my preferred body style. I do not like those coupe SUVs or SUVs in general. I gravitate towards these kind of cars. And this, for the value you're getting, 46 lakhs for such a powerful, such a good looking vehicle. This is just brilliant on all counts. The steering wheel, it has a decent heft to it. The on-center feel is very precise. You could pinpoint this car wherever you want it to. It's not artificially heavy like most EVs or most sporty cars nowadays. It is light when the speeds are low. And sadly, there is one downside to owning and driving this car on a day-to-day basis. That would be the ground clearance. Coming in around at 145 mm, it is on the lower side, but it is manageable. You just have to be extra careful while driving this. It is not like sports cars or supercar territory. If you can manage a Mini Cooper inside the city, you can easily manage this car. It is good looking because of that, because this car has that squatted, planted look. It looks aggressive. So yeah, if you do like that aesthetic of this car, well, that is the price you're going to pay, because the underbelly, well, that is where the battery is, that is where all the technology is. BYD says that the batteries are very safe. It has passed the nail puncture test, so even if you hit the underside, it is not going to, affect the battery. It will affect the battery, of course. It's the main heart of the car, but it won't, damage the car too much. So you do have a safety net over there, but you do have to be a little careful. You have to be on the watch for steep speed breakers, huge potholes, and things like that, because this will reward you, because due to the low center of gravity, the cornering and the handling is brilliant. But it is going to take a bit of extra care to keep this car on the road. And for Indian conditions, is it favorable? Well, the trade-offs are the better handling and the better styling of the car. The car looks fantastic with this ride setup. Apart from that, the ride is not compromised whatsoever due to the low profile tires. Even in this car, which has the 19-inch low profile tire setup, the ride is pretty good actually. You don't feel the sharpness of the potholes or the expansion gaps. You don't feel that harsh thud inside the cabin. The cabin overall is very well insulated. We are going through some pouring rain right now, and the rain noise, the wind noise, nothing is filtering into this cabin. So overall, a very lovely, calm place to be. And the execution, the level of quality, the materials used inside this cabin is just on another level. And now we are inside the BYD Seal, and this is just a very luxurious experience overall. Take a look. This is your dashboard layout, which is very futuristic, and as you can see, the rain hasn't stopped. It is really bad. The weather is really horrible. But let's go through the interiors. You can see there is a lot of leather and suede, everything, very premium materials used overall. Let's start off with the key itself. This is the key with the BYD script. You get 4 buttons, one to release the boot. So without further ado, let's get this car started. Right over here is your start-stop button. Foot on the brake, press, and she comes to life. And there is that water bubble animation. And now let's start off with the steering wheel itself. It is a very premium feeling steering wheel. It is leather wrapped, as you can see. There is that double stitching. Very premium unit to hold on to. Similar to the steering wheel you find in the BYD Atto 3. But I am a big fan. You have that smoked out BYD logo in the center. A very lovely horn. You do get controls over here, which controls this 10.25-inch display, which is pretty nice. You do get a lot of information on this display regarding your driving modes and your maps. You can get your navigation on this. So highly customizable, high quality screen right over there. And coming over here, we have the 15.6-inch huge iPad-like display stuck on the center, which is it's actually very crazy. It's so huge. And the party trick is that you can flip the orientation from vertical to horizontal. So that is really cool. But although my preference would be the horizontal setting, and that is what it is. Let's quickly go through all of the menus. You do get a home button over here, and these are your basic tabs. You do get a lot of apps in this, like Spotify and stuff. And this car also gets wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Let's go to the vehicle settings over here, and over here you have your ADAS settings. You can switch off many things, like I have switched off the automatic braking on this car, which is really handy. You do get a lot of vehicle settings, like you can change the steering setting from comfortable to sport, brake assist to sport, a lot of things. Your heads up display, I have turned it off. If I turn it on, I don't know if you can see it, it is on. So you can adjust the brightness and the angle. So a lot of goodies baked into this screen over here. Your split screen, so you can split the screen into two. So like if this is navigation, this can be media. So a lot of customizability and variety on offer with this screen, and it just looks huge and massive. It is just very aesthetically appealing. And coming down, we have the dual wireless charging ports over here, and over here you have your drive selector from drive, neutral, park, which is finished in this crystal kind of a material, and it is very handy to use. One flick, you're in drive, another flick to the top, you're in reverse, and once you're in reverse, you are greeted to the 360-degree cameras, which is very futuristic. There is the 3D setting over here, and you can get various angles. Like, it is really nice, and the camera system is very intuitive to use. It is not laggy whatsoever. You can see there's a guy walking over there. Very accurate, very, sharp to the display. The cameras are very sharp. It is a very beautiful system to use overall. And you have buttons over here for your automatic parking brake, your side collision warnings. You have your mode selector over here again, which this car has 3 modes, from sport, eco and normal. So that is how you change your modes. You have the volume rocker over here, which again is a scroll wheel, just like the mode selector, and which has a very satisfying feeling. Like the rolling action is very damp, very heavy, feels really good. This is your parking switch. So if you ever want to engage park, this is the button for it. This is your hazard switch. 2 large cup holders over here. You get a big glove box over here, which is very deep. You do get an NFC tag over here. I don't know what that is used for. So yeah, and like I said, this part over here is Alcantara and this part over here is leather. You do get double stitching, with the top stitching being blue and the lower stitching being grey, which I believe adds a very lovely contrast. If you can see the way it has been done, it is awesome. Like, it carries on to the door cards as well, the same dual colored stitching, which is really nice. And this part over here is also Alcantara. So a very sporty interior overall, and you can see the red ambient light pulsating. It is really lovely. You do get a huge felt lined glove box, which feels really premium. And the seats over here, this looks like a seat out of a Porsche Panamera. Like, it is really extremely bolstered. And this is not even the performance, this is the premium long range version. So the amount of sportiness on offer is just mad. So a very beautifully designed seat with the white piping, the diamond cut stitching and the perforations. Everything feels so premium, and the leather feels so supple. This is genuine leather, by the way. The premium and the performance gets genuine leather interiors, and the base model gets artificial leather. So you can feel the suppleness. Just see how soft the seat is. It is very premium. The material overall inside the cabin is just top class. And you can see this door puller over here. It is in this funky kind of a shape, and you do get a high-end Dyne audio. I don't know how this is pronounced, but yeah, you do get a upgraded speaker system in this car. As you can see, the AC vents are not adjustable. Like, there are no adjustments over here. You do that in the climate setting, I believe. And yeah, this is how you do it. Like, if you want air on your face, yeah. This is something similar that you found in the Porsche Panamera. It is kind of a gimmick, but I don't know, I would have just preferred physical louvers over there. But that is what you get. And all of the switch gears are finished in piano black. They have a very damp, satisfying premium car feel. And you get a huge panoramic roof. This is not a sunroof. You cannot open this. This is just a huge glass roof, and this glass is UV tinted, so it is not going to heat up the cabin that much. That is what BYD is saying. That. And now sitting in the back seat of the Seal, this is not at all a small space. Like, there is width. Like, this car is properly wide, and headroom, well, for me it is perfect, but for a taller gentleman maybe, but still there is a lot of space. So don't let the coupe design fool you. There is decent amount of headroom in the back. And let's just take a look. The sports seats in the front have a very aggressive look from the back as well. There is a pass-through where if you want, you can tickle your passenger if you so wish to. And overall, the black theme continues. It is very aggressive. You do get AC vents in the back with charging ports over here, a USB-C and a USB-A. And the seats themselves are very supportive. You feel cocooned in them. They are not the most comfortable, like S-Class level comfortable, but it is giving me good support for my back, and I genuinely feel very comfy. Like, the headrests are positioned very nicely, and under thigh support is also, it is good. Like, the seat is very well engineered. Like, someone has put in a lot of thought into the ergonomics of the seat. And just check out that front dashboard view. It just feels so futuristic and premium at the same time. That is what BYD excels in. And what else do you get? You do get a very lovely armrest with 2 cup holders. You also get the BYD script engraved onto the headrest as well, which on some premium manufacturers is a 2 to 3 lakh rupee optional extra. So overall, a very premium cabin. The lights are again like feather touch. This back seat is so large that I could do this. Now this seat is set all the way to the front, but come on, this is wow. There is a lot of space inside this car. And you also get the same treatment as in the front, where you get the dual stitching, blue and grey. You get the Alcantara material, and you get the ambient lighting strip over here, which is very, very nice. And all of the switches, like I said, are gloss black. So overall, a very premium feeling cabin back here. And guys, that was it. That was my review with the all-new BYD Seal. What did you think? Please let me know by writing down in the comment sections below. Like this video, share this video with your friends and family. And if you're new here, do consider subscribing to my channel. It means a lot to me. We'll catch you pretty soon with another video. Till then, have fun, drive safe, God bless. Ciao.